This is a video for some final reminders about how to find sources, how to cite them in a works cited, and how to cite them in text in parenthetical citations or just in text citations. So first of all, looking at my example document, the formatting is correct. Your name, my name, the course, the date in this order. The title is specific. It's all Times New Roman, size 12 font, even the header over here with the page number. I didn't type a 1, I inserted a page number. The text is left aligned, so I'm ready to start the draft of this hypothetical paper that I'm using. So I'm going to go back to my source. So this is a source that one of you will be using that you listed in your works cited. So that's why I'm using this as an example. So I look, it's choosingwisely.org. It is a .org, so that is credible. So let me get to the daily agenda because I think I linked for today my page about finding sources. If I didn't, you can look up the website also. You can use Noodle Tools linked in Symbaloo or Son of Citation Machine. But again, here they are. So step 1, finding sources, make sure they are credible, .org, .gov, or .edu. I do want you to find at least one site from a database. I showed you how to do that. If you forget, you can come see me. So right now I'm doing step 2, cite the source in a works cited. So I have information linked in these if you want to check them. Like this is information from the official MLA website about works cited. It gives you information about them, how to do it and what they should look like. But I also included 2 links of how to cite Noodle Tools or Son of Citation Machine. For this video I'm going to use Son of Citation Machine. So let me pop out the website that we're using and the citation machine so that I can just focus on those 2 items. Alright, I'm going to go to the bottom bar, right click, show windows side by side. Alright, hold on, I have all these documents. Things popping up. Try again. Show windows side by side. Alright, here we go. This is the easiest way. So, in the citation machine, I am an MLA, and I'm already at website. So this is a website. Alright, so article title. It's called Physical Therapy. Contributor name, that's authors, so I look. I don't see any authors. Nope, I don't see any. Oh, it's from Philly, that's cool. Alright, so there are no authors, so I leave it blank. Website title. The title of this website is Choosing Wisely. So I'm writing that, Choosing Wisely. Publisher. Usually the publisher is listed at the bottom, so it looks like Choosing Wisely is an initiative of this foundation, so I'm assuming that is the publisher. ABMI Foundation, display URL. You don't have to, but you may. It makes it a little bit easier for me to tell whether your sources are credible for the sake of learning research. Published date, the date that it was published, I see down here September 2014. So 2014, September, there is no day listed. Date accessed is today, so 2015, October 7th. I hit create citation. So here it is. I'm going to copy it, go back to our Word doc. So to make a works cited, you go onto a new page, center it, title it Works Cited, capitalized, size 12 font, Times New Roman, left align. I'm going to paste it. Now, do you see how it is bolded in a different format than the rest of the paper? You do not want that. So this little button pops up with the clipboard control. So if you click that, right now it says keep source formatting, but that's not what you want to do. So I want to keep the text only. The clipboard with the A. Keep the text only. Now it's the same as the rest. this source has 2 lines, so you need to do a hanging indentation where you indent everything after the first line. If you just indent, it always pushes over the whole thing. So the best thing to do is to put your cursor at the front of the second line, press backspace, enter, tab, and that is correct citation. So my next source I would put right under that, unless it was in front of it in alphabetical order. So if like the next source was from written by me, it would be in quotes then. Maybe I wrote a paper about virtual reality in the English classroom. Alright, this is obviously fake, but for the sake of showing you citations, and then I would have the rest of the information. But see how B goes before P, so it would be in that order. Alright, well we have our works cited. So how you cite things within the text itself, let's go back to this website we were using. So you have to read it, understand it, know where it's coming from. So I'm not going to do all of those things now, but you shouldn't just randomly cite certain facts or quotes from a website or from a person. You should be able to summarize the whole work. So you should be able to say, like, the article Physical Therapy by Choosing Wisely elucidates the many issues and benefits that physical therapists face, such as treatment, strength training, blood clots, and exercise. So this is a pretty interesting site. Alright, so whatever the point of your paper is, tie what you're trying to cite to it. If you can paraphrase it, that's fine, but you still need to cite it. So here, physical therapists can help people gain strength and get moving again. This can reduce or prevent pain and disability. So let's go back to our paper. So many people assume that doctors are wholeheartedly responsible for a patient's medical well-being. However, physical trainers can actually, and then you could paraphrase. I'm going to quote just to show you quoting. So I'm quoting this from this source, and it's okay because I have it in a works cited, and I'm going to cite it within the paper itself. So paste this, but look, see how it's a different color again? That means you copied and pasted it. So go to the control, keep text only, matches it. Alright, however, physical trainers can actually help people gain strength and get moving. They can help reduce or prevent pain and disability. Alright, so I haven't cited it yet within the text. So I could have introduced it up front. However, physical trainers, I could say it here, according to, what's it called? According to Physical Therapy from Choosing Wisely. Physical Therapy from the website Choosing Wisely. So that would be a fine citation, and then your punctuation goes with inside your quotation mark if that's the end of your sentence. So you could say that. If you don't want to put the source like that in your sentence, the other thing that you can do is, however, physical trainers can actually, the other thing you can do is put it at the end of your sentence, but it's still within your sentence. So in parentheses, this is why it's parenthetical citation. You would put physical trainers, because that's the title of the article. There was no author. So it says parenthesis, quote, physical trainers, quote, parenthesis, period, because it's an article title. So that is entirely correct. And then if I look down at my works cited, I see physical therapy. So I know that it's from here. You accessed it today, so on and so forth. If this article had an author, or like say we were quoting the fake article I wrote about virtual reality in English classrooms, then you would do the same thing that I just showed you, but with the author's last name. That's the first preference, to use the author's last name. If there is none, then you can use the article title. So if I wrote that quote, then you would cite it like that, or physical trainers, according to Kristen Barnett, an English teacher in Lancaster County. It's good to introduce your source too, so that your reader knows why it's credible. So that source doesn't really make sense, but okay, so that would be the other way that you could do it. However you want to do it though, you need to have your citation in the text itself. So this is in my essay, whether you're quoting, paraphrasing, or just listing information, listing like a quote or a statistic, I mean. And then you also need it in your works cited, which is on a new page at the end of your essay. And your formatting is correct. Make sure you proofread this before you turn it in. Check your punctuation and your grammatical elements that we've talked about in this unit. I saw a lot of silly mistakes, stupid mistakes in your expository essays, and I'm going to start grading you harshly on those because we've already addressed them in class several times. So you need to be learning and consciously trying to improve your writing. Alright, if you have questions about any of these things, you can ask me. Otherwise, keep working on your papers. I look forward to reading some beautiful, persuasive prose.